Hey, anyway, so I was saying I want to actually stay on schedule today, and we'll get to news at 9 o'clock because what happened was Rosie O'Donnell is doing her show that airs on Star's channel 102 at 10 a.m. She's doing it from a studio here, right next to where they do the wrap-up show. Mm-hmm. So Rosie invited me on as a guest. She said, would you just stop by and say hello on the air? Which I'd be happy to do, but usually we go to about 11 o'clock, and then, then we have a staff meeting on Tuesday, so by the time I get done, she'll be out of here. So I thought maybe what I'll do is I'll do the news at 9, and then at 10 o'clock I'll walk over, and they can air it on here and on Rosie's channel.
Oh, okay. So, and I get to go home.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess. Sure. Go do whatever you want. All right, so now I'm exhausted and I don't really want to go over to the Rosie show. I like Rosie, but I just felt she did our show, so maybe I should go over and say hello on her
Well,
show.
At least it's not going to her house. You just have to walk down the hall.
I know. It's time for to go back to the office and do some work. I mean, take a nap do some work.
We're early yet. You wouldn't be going necessarily at this time.
All right, so what is it, Gary?
You should go over, but I heard we just missed the riveting Brian Phelan Rosie interview. I guess Brian went over to set up some equipment. She started interviewing him.
He's a good interview. I've interviewed him many times.
Exactly.
What's going on? Rosie is in a studio next to where we do the wrap-up show.
Right.
So you'll do the wrap-up show, and I'll go over and do Rosie's show.
Right. As soon as you're done talking, you'll do Rosie's show, but we're going to hear it here, right?
Yeah. I'm going to go over there now, Rob. Do you mind just vamping till I get in the studio?
Sure. You got a long walk.
Who are you going to talk to, Fred?
That's who's here, and Benji. I can't even see Benji.
What is the topic?
What is the topic?
And then you'll hear me go, oh, hello, Rosie, I'm dropping by.
I'll do a Fred moment. We'll find out what's been going on with Fred.
What if I start talking during it?
Well, then
you're taking a wireless mic with you?
No. I'll just walk down there. I'll be on and I can be there in a minute.
Well, it doesn't take long for a Fred moment.
All right. Well, I'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
This is a bonus to our fans.
We're going to find out what Fred's been up to. As Howard takes his triumphant walk, he's going to grace Rosie with his presence. And I have to watch Scott try to get prepared for all that.
Hello. He's coming down the hall now.
That's very distracting,
Hello.
actually.
Am I blinding anybody with my bald head?
So, Fred, what has been going on in your life?
I've actually watched a very interesting show last night on Bio. I think it was called, these guys were going up for parole.
Uh-huh.
I wish I could remember the name of the show because I'd recommend it, but it's like these guys go up before a parole board and they tell you about all their crimes and everything like that, and they have to, convince this parole board that they can be let out on the street. And after you watch this show, you realize why most of these guys are in prison and should never be let out.
Okay, I think I'll start watching Scott again. I think it's time.
It's like a television.
This is exactly what it's like. Hello, Howard
Oh,
Stern.
hey, Rosie, I just dropped by.
How are you?
Who is everyone here?
Well, next to you is Jeanie, Weenie, and she's my friend from Comac.
Hey, Jeanie, how you doing from Comac?
And then we got...
Comac's a nightmare.
Isn't it a nightmare?
It sure is.
Yeah, and there's, we got a Deer Park right there, your cameraman.
Oh, yeah. Brian is here. Who is this?
That's Helene. Helene, she does my hair and makeup, isn't she? Nice, sexy.
Thanks. I like you.
Yeah.
And she wasn't good enough for you to make the cut?
No, believe me, we tried, Helene and I. She's got that heterosexual thing in the way.
You're into guys?
Yep.
Ugh.
Very. Young,
Young,
young, sexy guys.
Yeah.
She dates 20-something-year-olds.
How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah. Now this, let me describe to people that this is more of a professional setup. This is almost like you can't let your hair down.
Exactly. It's not good for me.
And you look made up. You have hair
I
and
did
makeup.
GMA today. I did Good Morning America.
What are you promoting now? Are you promoting Sirius, or are you promoting the fact that you have a new girlfriend? That's what
It's all about the girlfriend.
It
Yeah,
is.
that's what it gets. It sort of felt like that. No, I have a new documentary on HBO that I did with Sheila Nevins.
Which is
A
about...
Family is a Family is a Family.
This
It's
is
all
the-
about kids
All about kids.
and what kind of families are in the country, and you'll like it.
Oh, that's why you went on Oprah.
That's why I went on Oprah.
I didn't think you liked Oprah.
I do like Oprah, but I'm intimidated by her. I had a sort of strange... You know what happened when I got on my TV show in '96?
Right.
All of a sudden I was in competition with her.
Right.
And here was somebody who, as a woman, I grew up like, oh my God, that's the woman from Baltimore who made it and beat Donahue. And So I had reverence for her, and then I was in competition with her.
Yeah, and it's
Messed me up.
Right, because you were on the same time as Oprah.
Right.
And after all, Oprah is the benchmark.
Correct.
And then suddenly here you are, another woman.
Right.
And now you have to steal audience from her. And yet you were successful.
Right, because I came on in the summer while she was on hiatus, right?
So it's true that there's room for two at that time slot. In other words, it's possible. Did you steal audience from her when you came on?
Well, when I came on, no other show was doing what I did. Like Merv, everybody was doing Let's Beat Each Other Up.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, you had like a nice show.
I had like Merv, like we watched in the 70s.
And so that worked.
It worked.
And did you steal audience from Oprah?
I think I probably made a dent into Summer for audience, but her numbers were always probably double what ours were. I
I've
was
always said-
never really in competition.
I've always said to Rosie, well, a lot of women around here. No
Yeah.
guys work on this show, huh?
Just one, Pete. There he is,
How you
token.
doing, man?
The
Yeah.
rest of them we put behind the booth, like you put Robin. We
Yeah,
put them all
exactly.
back there.
Yeah. Well, a lot of women. All right, now you're smiling. Gets
Yeah.
me nervous in here.
No, kidding. This is your dream. Should they all get naked? Well, I'll make them get naked for you.
Ladies, off to the clothes. Why is no one naked on this show?
We were waiting for you.
Rosie loves a naked. Well, you don't want to see me naked. You have no idea what that looks like. But the fact that you stole audience from Oprah,
Yeah.
and you were able to succeed in that time slot is quite remarkable. And I still say to this day, the idea that Rosie walked away from the show is almost unheard of.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't get it.
right.
Making all that dough, all that success, but you were healthy enough. This is a true sign of health. That you said I had enough.
I had enough.
I made enough money.
That's right.
Most people are addicted. They can't give it up.
I know, but once you hit a number, was there a number that you thought, once I hit this number, I am done?
No.
There was for me.
And that was $100 million.
You got it, buddy. That's
Right.
what it was.
When
I
you-
hit that money. When I heard somebody told me that's what I had, I thought, I am never going to work again. Goodbye.
So you had made $100 million. Did you get nervous about money at any point when you walked away? Did you say, wait a second, I'm spending too much money? For example, you invested $10 million of your own money into the Boy George musical.
That's right, Taboo.
And you didn't make the money back.
At all.
Did that freak you out? Did
No.
you say, I have pressure now to get back?
Not for a moment. In fact, as soon as I left the show and I heard I had 3-digit millions,
Right.
I said to the money people, I never want to talk to you again. I never want to see you again. And if I ever have financial trouble again, I will sue all of you.
When you
Because,
say the money people who invest the money for you.
Yeah.
And where did you invest this money that you were able to make a great amount of money with it? In other words, did you put it in bonds? Did you put it in stocks?
you could put it anywhere when it's 100 million and you could live off it the rest of your life, just the interest.
But a lot of people have taken a hit in these financial times. Even people like you have $100 million.
Yeah.
That the interest, you have to have seen the interest go down, right? And on your investments.
Do you want to know the truth, Alan?
Yes.
I never look at it.
You don't know what you have.
No.
You don't know how much of the principal of the $100 million you have.
No.
You might have lost $30-40 million in the stock market and you don't know.
Right, and it's irrelevant because my money is in the lowest, kind of safest, sort of nerdy, don't gamble with it kind of.
It's in bonds.
Right, so it doesn't really affect me that much.
Right.
And I also, I shop at Target. So my budget is, my money guy goes, oh, last year you spent $52,000 at Target, can we knock it down to 42? I'm like, all right, I can do that.
Are you a big spender?
At Target. I get
But wait a
anything
second.
I want.
Do you have lifestyle? In other words, you have
No.
how many homes do you have?
I have a home in Miami and a home in New York, but the home in Miami is, on Star Island. It's a huge movie star house.
Right.
And the place in Nyack is probably similar to yours in the Hamptons.
Now the house in Florida.
Yeah.
You got to have a lot of staff that run this thing. You're not there all the
I
time.
have one woman who lives there with her mom. and
That's it.
There are 2 guest houses on the property. She lives in one of the guest houses.
Boy, this sounds good.
This is good.
100 million is a nice number.
That's a number, and then the rest of your life, you could coast. And that sounds like unbelievably grandiose to people who are making like a living, but when you get into that
No.
insane money that we make,
I have an illness. I never think I have any money.
really?
Yes.
Now, even with this huge deal that everyone knew you had in the 500 million area,
I don't feel as if I have money.
seriously?
Yes.
Now, do you think it's because growing up on Long Island?
Yes. Yeah.
And you grew up like...
In Roosevelt, in a shitty
Right.
neighborhood.
And did you like go to Corvettes and get all your stuff at